Welcome back. Today is Friday, and what is the date? May the 30th. I've got a lot on my list today. I have inside stuff, outside stuff, and I am just preparing the home for a really good weekend. It is finally a weekend that we are, for the most part, at home. We've got a couple things to do tomorrow that we need to be at, but other than that, we are finally kind of coming down from graduation weekend, even though we are 2 weeks out. We have still had grad parties and all of that, which those are the things that we need to attend tomorrow. And then we have one on Sunday, Christian's girlfriend. So we are just kind of getting ready to have a little bit of a pause for a couple weeks. And then we will be headed to Stowe, Vermont, where we have what we call President's Council. And that is an event that occurs every year for Sam's work. I've talked to you guys about this before. It's where the whole family goes. They do meetings for Advent Health in the morning, and then in the afternoon and evening, that is like family time, fellowship time. We do all kinds of excursions and events and just all the things, and that is coming up in a couple of weeks. So we have a little bit of a pause before that, which is going to feel amazing. We are trying to find a time to go to the lake. We're thinking that it's going to be next weekend, which I could not be more thrilled for. We haven't been there, so the boys have not been there since fall. Chloe and I have not been there since, when did we go? February? No. March. I think she and I went down there in March when the boys went golfing. And I am thrilled to go back. It's hot there. I don't feel like it's hot anywhere. Let me know in the comments what your weather and temperature is. This just feels ridiculous to me. Like, I am so over spring and winter and all of that. I just want like full-on summer now that my kids are out of school. But this honestly is our first sunny day in like 5 days. And I'm here for it because, let me be honest, I have been feeling a little bit of weather depression and no energy and just all of the things that come with no sun. I don't think I could live in the Pacific Northwest, East, wherever Seattle and Washington and all of those rainy places are. I don't think that I could live there. But anywho, I digress. We've got a lot on the docket today. I will show you. I have a list of the things that we need to accomplish, and I'm gonna bring you guys along for the entire ride. Here are the eggs that I'm going to boil. I had a few left over from graduation weekend that I need to hurry and deal with before they go past expiration. I know that they're probably fine. Everybody tells me they're fine. My dad tells me, Melissa, I grew up on a farm. You know, you don't have to blah, 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 all the things. But for my mental peace, friends, I like to use things in a decent amount of time before they expire. And so that is what we are doing here. I am going to put all of these in here to boil. I will show you how I do that. For those of you that have followed me very long, you know I don't ever boil eggs inside my home because I don't want to smell the dookie smell. So what I do is I either put them on my front porch or my screen porch. I plug them in out there, they cook. All of the smell is outside and not in my house, and it works perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on here, our lid, and then we're gonna take it out to the back porch today because I've got some people coming to check on our hot tub today, and I don't really want that smell meeting them when they get here. So we're gonna stick it on the screen porch. I'll show you once I've got it done, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, here it is. I just plug it in out here. It's kind of back in a corner because that's where my plug-in is. It's not for any particular reason. but I just go ahead and put it on manual for 8 minutes, and they literally come out perfect every single time. So we're gonna let that cook while we get our bread started. The bread recipe that I am using could not be easier. I make it in my bread machine. We absolutely love it. It is white bread with no junk in it. There's no sugar, and we just love it. So I'm gonna show you guys what is in that and how I make it. The first thing that you'll need is 1 cup of hot water. Then we're going to add 1/3 cup of milk. And I use the A2. We get this one from Costco. I'm gonna add that. It is not dairy-free or any of that, you know, like oat milk or what have you, but because it's the A2 and however that's processed, it does not bother Chloe in my stomach. So that is why we use that. Then we're going to do 1/4 cup of oil. I just use olive oil. Then we're going to do 3 3/4 cup of flour. Forgot what I was gonna say. And I use the einkorn flour to do my bread. I use the Italy flour for everything else that I need flour for, but for bread making, I just like the way that this tastes. I guess not really tastes, but the texture that this gives the bread, I just like it a lot better. And it is in my Amazon storefront, if you were curious. All right, and then we need 3/4 cup to equal our 3 3/4. And then 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And this salt is also listed in my storefront. And then what you're going to do is make a little well in the middle of your ingredients, just like this. And that is where you're going to dump 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. You're then going to add that into your bread machine. And this is a 2-pound loaf, so we're gonna change that to 2 pounds. I've got it on number 1, which is for soft bread, and my bread color is medium. And then we're just gonna hit start and let that work for us. All right, our eggs should be done, and they are. And so I just pushed the button. Normally, they've obviously been done for a little bit, which is why it didn't steam out. But if I catch it when it's finished, then obviously I would just hit the little button there, open it up, and there they are. So I am going to take these inside, and I'll show you what I do once I get them in. All right, hopefully you can ignore the bread machine just for a couple seconds here. What I do is I get a big bowl, I fill it with a whole bunch of ice. We have an ice maker, so I just scoop out 4 big scoops of ice, put it in, fill it with water, and I dump my eggs in here. And I will have them sit for about 10 minutes. And then once that is done, I will show you what I do next. And hopefully the bread machine will be a lot quieter by then. All right, now that these have sat here, what I want to show you, you're just gonna very gently tap. See if I can do this with one hand. And it literally just peels right off. You rinse it off, and then I just set it on a paper towel to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead, do all of these, and then I'll show you what it looks like. The eggs are all done, and they're just gonna sit here, dry, while I'm doing other stuff, and then I will just put them in a glass container and put them in the refrigerator once they are all dry. Over here, let me just show you what the fridge looks like. So much better, my word. Everything has a place. All of the produce is cut and washed and put away. We have this right here. Friends, I don't buy this. This is my almost 19-year-old son, and it is a daily prayer of mine. If you could all join hands with me in prayer so that he will not drink this mess. I try so hard to be so healthy and to buy healthy food and drink options and all things, and I need one of these to empty out so that this can be the only one. But I try so hard, and he just can't help himself when it comes to the sugar. God love him, but it is a daily prayer for me. I will say I found these for Sam and Christian that I wanted to try out, and they actually like it. They said they don't mind it. Right now they are drinking the, oh shoot, what is it called? I will put it up here on the screen really quick. But I have been trying so hard to find one that does not have carrageenan in it. Carrageenan is, so many studies have been done to show that that kind of traces back to cancer. You guys know I am uber intentional about what we put in our mouth and in our body. I was even before my own cancer, but now I am even more so. And I am still trying to find one. I have not yet. I at least got rid of the carrageenan with this one, but I cannot find one that does not have any gums in it. This one has cellulose gel and cellulose gum, and I just cannot find any that don't. So if you have a suggestion of a good protein drink that doesn't have a lot of sugar, that doesn't have carrageenan or any gums, please link it down below. That would be super, super awesome. We also have Daisy's food all separated and put into containers all the way back. I have got some protein stuff that I made up on Sunday that I eat for lunch with my vegetables. What else? We've got all of our fruit and everything, like I said, cut up. I bought these. I haven't tried them yet. I was going to try them today, and I ran out of time, so I opted for what I already had. But these are chicken meatballs. They don't have, any crud in them. We don't eat pork, so a lot of times some of the meatballs have pork stuff in them or filler, but this does not. Don't mind my fingernail. But I wanted to just kind of make these and have these in the refrigerator for an easy protein lunch, throw it with some of my vegetables and call it a day. But I'm not gonna be able to do that today, so I will let you know the next time that I do it. I'll film it and show you guys. I have a bunch of zucchini because that is a big thing in my diet right now. We've got this chopped kale salad. I use the chopped stuff, but I don't use the dressing for this. I just use, where is it at? Well, it didn't get put back where it goes. Oh, here we go. So I use the Sprouts Caesar Organic, and it does not have a bunch of junk in it. It's very clean. So I use that with my kale salad. We've got a ton of onions, lemons, and limes. And then over here is all of our meat just lined up ready to go for our dinners. What else? Oh, I found this at, where did I find this at? Costco maybe? I think it was Costco. And it's just pre-cut chicken bites that I throw together in a salad or with some cottage cheese. And that gives me some good protein on the go, or just an easy lunch. All right, I think that is all that I've got going on there. So let's mark off what we have already done. Let's see. We have made the bread and I smell it and it smells amazing. Cleaned the fridge. Okay, now I need to hang the bunting and the flag, clean the cooler, and then we'll do the clothes haul. All right, this is a cooler that I found at the Goodwill last weekend, and I thought it was so cute. We used to have one of these growing up, and I loved it, and I can't do that with my hand. But as you can see, it is dirty, and it needs love, it needs washed, and I want to take this to the lake with us, hopefully next weekend, and put it on the boat, because the one that we currently have is one of those like plastic ones, and it doesn't work worth beans. And so I want to take this one and just leave it on the boat for all of our water or whatever we want to keep really, really cold. That is like a drink and not food, because we have one for our food because we always take our lunch on the boat. And then we drive through this pizza place that is actually on the water for dinner, or we come back and we make dinner at home. So this will be a really great addition, but like I said, I need to get it all cleaned up because it is dirty and she needs some love. So let me do that really quick and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. She is all cleaned up and looks nearly brand new. The only thing that I could not get off was this little mark right here, and I tried so hard and it just would not come off. But the white is nice and fresh again. There's nothing in, you know, like the little crevices here. And we got this all cleaned up. There's no like dirt in and around the messaging there at the top. This side is nice and clean, and then nice and clean on the inside as well. And all I used to clean it was Mr. Clean Eraser, a toothbrush, and some of that pink stuff paste or whatever it's called. And she is brand new, and I got her for $7. Okay, here is the flag that we are swapping out. She has been good, but she is dirty and tired. So for those of you that do not know, you cannot throw away or donate a flag. So what you'll need to do is either bury it in some kind of a box in your backyard, which, let's be real, none of us really have the time or want to take the time to do that. So what you can do is just drop it off at your local Boy Scouts. Any of them is fine, and they will dispose of it for you. So just a little tip for those of you that may not have known. But we're going to take that one down, and then I'm going to put this clean one up. I will link this in my storefront under like curb appeal or spring and summer outdoor decor or whatever it is. I like this one. It is made in America, which I appreciate, and I always use this flag. It is a tried and true. It lasts me a year and it's perfect. So I'm going to swap this out, and then I will show you what she looks like when she is in her prideful place. All right, once again, I have timed it great with my neighbors and their yard mowing. But does that not look so much better? Oh, it's so clean, it's so crisp, and it is ready to represent for another year. I just love this flag. I can see it from my office every day. I can see it from the kitchen area as we walk through the house. And I just love it. So happy. All right, this is done. These are the bunting, I think is what you call them, swags that I use out here on our deck. And I got these quite some time ago. Man, I've had these for probably 5 or 6 years. I will look and see where I got them from and put a link. If I can't find the exact ones that I got, I will find a link from Amazon and put that up here as well. But normally what I do, because these are quite long, is I put them on the very top part of our balcony right here. So I always have them like draping right here, and then you can see them through this other side where I'm standing. But this year I just feel like that is going to be very cluttered feeling. Now that we have all of this going on inside of this room, it looks very different than it has in the past. And if you're standing in here, especially with the floral wall, I don't want it to look like closed in or cluttery or like it's creating a wall, I guess you could say. So what I think I'm going to do is attach them, because I just use little zip ties and I put them through this hole and then my rod. So I think what I'm going to do is attach them at the bottom this year and have them drape like down. Let me show you what this looks like if I can without dropping my phone. So this goes down to obviously the pool deck, but you'll be able to see these hanging from under the balcony up here. So you'll be able to see it from down there, which is where we are a lot of the time in June and July. And so I think that will be way better than us just, being able to see it from right here and having it make, no difference up here versus down there where we are, where we have people over and, all the things. So I'm going to affix those to the railing, and then I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. Here's how it looks, and I love it. I like the way that it kind of billows off from the bottom of the balcony. I think I need to, and I won't do that in this video, I'll just do it at some point here in the next day or two, but I think I need to try and move it over to where it would be center. Where they meet in the middle right now, I have them connected one bar over from the center because it was a smaller little rod, and I didn't have to connect two of them together to get around that middle bar. But I think that I need to just kind of shift it over to the middle. Number one, it would make my OCD eye a lot happier, but because we have those solar panels over there on the left, it just kind of bunches up there right on the left side, and by moving it over to the center I would not have that. So like I said, in the next day or two, or maybe tonight, because we all know who I am, I will shift all of that over. But I am really happy with the way that this looks. And then when you're out here at the pool, don't mind the waterfall noise, that is what it looks like. And I think it brings just enough patriotism to this area to where it's not overdone, and it just kind of blends in with the rest of our outdoor decor. So we can mark this off of our list as well. All right, let's see what we've got left. We hung the flag, hung the bunting, cleaned the cooler. Oh, I still need to hang those golf clubs. I'll show you those in just a second. All right, we are making really, really good progress. All right, so here is the next project that I need to get done. And this is going, like I said, in Christian's room. And what I am hoping I can do is to use the leather from these belts that I got from the thrift store to hold up these clubs. These are clubs that he wants hung in his room. He picked these out. These are older clubs and kind of more of that vintage type theme that he has going on in his room. And so this is what we're going to try to get on the wall. I just noticed this one, so maybe, I don't know, we'll see if we can kind of tack that down just a little bit. I got these belts from my local thrift store, which here in Kansas City is Savers. And what I want to do is cut these in individual strips like this. I will not leave it like rounded like that. I'll cut little strips of this, one on each side, and then it will hang up on the wall just like that. So I don't think I will have enough in one belt, so I got two belts that kind of matched together. So I think what I'll do is use this belt for top and the bottom golf club, and then I will use this one for the middle. And that way we have kind of a pattern, if you will. So it would be like, let's see, we'll just do this upside down, but so that you can kind of get an idea. So we'll have that one, actually, nope, we're going to have that one here. And then we'll have this one down here on the bottom and on the top, but I think together those blend really well. And I don't know, no, I don't think I'm going to have enough for all three of them. So that will work good. And I think that it will turn out really nice. So I am going to get started on this. I'm going to cut my leather pieces, and then we'll get this up on the wall and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, we got done with the golf clubs. I did most of it myself. Well, let me rephrase that. I bought the little nails to go in there and I cut the leather. Outside of that, Sam did the fraction part, so I had to wait for him to come home and get that done. But there they are, and I am obsessed with them. I think that it is so cool. It allows this wall to go all the way up to pretty much the ceiling and kind of level off with his golf flags over on the other side, as well as the swing on the left side. And so now everything just kind of balances each other out at ceiling level. So super happy with that. These golf clubs, I'll do a little tour of his room another day. Maybe I'll do a tour of he and Chloe's room if you guys are interested. But I had Sam make this for me actually the week of graduation. And he's like, why are we decorating his room? He's leaving. I was like, okay, this is a project I've wanted to do for a long time and I just never got it done. He's never going to take these balls to college because there's just no room and he can't, put holes and whatever in the wall. And so he will keep all of the golf balls here. Plus, he's close enough to home. He's only going to be 3 hours away. So he will be here off and on when schedules allow, obviously. So he'll still be able to see these things off and on. But these are all golf balls that are from the golf courses that Christian and Sam have golfed on together. I think they're all together. I don't think that there's any up there that he has only golfed by himself. Maybe, so it's funny, he used to write his score on them when he was first starting out. And if you know anything about golf, this is not a good score, but that is kind of how he kept track of, you know, him wanting to get better. And then over here, he's got an 89. Sorry, his bed is squeaking. No, it's an 84, sorry. And that says something on there. Lowest. I can't read it from the side, but maybe you can read it there from the front. But all of those balls are significant and just represent time that he has spent on the course with Sam. And so I think that that is really cool. I did want to mention, he saw that I said that the, what do I want to say, score sheet that I had talked about state last year that he shot a 92. I was incorrect. He shot a 78. He was 20. What does that say? Let's just look at it here, because he was like, Mom, I did not shoot a 92. I was like, okay, let me just look at it here. So he shot a 78. I should have looked at that. I am the one that wrote this on the outside, so I should have known. But he was number 29 out of 92 in the 2A state championship last year. And again, he shot a 78. So he wanted me to make sure that that was properly documented. He got, I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand, am I? A really unfortunate roll of the dice this year for state. And I will have to go into that in another video, because that was quite a diddle. He deserved to go, but nothing that he did wrong, but just some of the people that were keeping score and not keeping score, and anyway, all the things is what it is. It just wasn't in the cards this year, and that was unfortunate. But okay, so that is that wall. Very, very happy with it. And like I said, if you want to see a tour of he and Chloe's room, I'd be happy to do that another time. But I feel like the video today is going to be long enough. So, all right, this project is done. All right, so I had to run a really quick errand, and I decided to go ahead and wash my car while I was out and about. That way I would have a nice clean car for the weekend. So I'm going to roll through here and then pull off to the side, get everything wiped down. That is really loud. And get it all nice and fresh, vacuumed out, and then we'll be back on our way. All right, I am back home, and she is all clean and ready for the weekend. Like I said, we have a couple places to go tomorrow, one place to go on Sunday, and I just hate driving with a dirty car. Like, ever since I started driving when I was 16, I never like having a dirty car. It's just kind of my thing. So I am thrilled that she is looking nothing but her best. So our bread is done, and this is what the loaf looks like. And I know Chloe cannot wait to have avocado toast in the morning. And frankly, I might even have to have a slice with preserves. Kind of excited about it, really. But it's as easy as that. And this is what you get. This will last us, I don't know. This might not last through the weekend, so I might have to make some again on Sunday for next week. But it is delicious, and there's no junk in it. All right, so here's the deal. It is obviously dark. and Friday night, and my eye is twitching again. And I am going to table the clothing haul until tomorrow. Even if I tried to do it tonight, which I actually thought about doing, but because it is so dark outside, it just allows the lighting to be really yellow in here at nighttime when I'm trying to do that. And I want you to be able to see all of the things in their best light. So I'm going to table that until tomorrow. I will meet up with you guys then and show you what we got. All right, so as promised, I am going to show you the thrift haul that I have purchased over the last 2 weeks as far as clothing is concerned. But can we all appreciate the new addition to the channel, which is the lovely microphone? God willing, this is currently working. And I'm not going to have to go back and redo this without the mic. But I am super excited about it. I think it's going to elevate my videos and allow you to hear me just a little bit better. I tend to have a very soft voice anyway, and so I just think that this will make things a lot more enjoyable for you, the viewer. Okay, so let us first start with jeans and pants. And what I will say is I have already washed all of these because I literally had them in a pile at my front door where Chloe and I just kind of dumped the bags open. You guys saw that. I think that was in my last video. And I couldn't just leave it like that. So I had to wash everything, get it on hangers so that I could put it away and we could live a normal lifestyle here. And so that is why you are seeing everything already on a hanger and no tags and all the things. All of these things have come from either Savers, which is my local thrift store here in Kansas City, and Goodwill. For those of you that are local, I will say I prefer to go to, well, so let me backtrack. I prefer to go to the Savers on Shawnee Mission Parkway for like housewares and things like that because I feel like they are priced a lot better than for sure the Savers. I consider it Leawood, but I think it's actually Overland Park. The one on like 93rd, 94th, and Metcalf, I feel like they get a little bit bougie with their prices. So I prefer the one on Shawnee Mission Parkway or 135th for housewares. For clothing, I can pretty much go to all three of them and find something. That's just me. Chloe prefers the one on Shawnee Mission Parkway for her clothes. She tends to have better luck there. But you just, like everywhere else, have to be really careful with your prices and make sure that you are getting it for a reasonable price. The clothes here that I'm going to show you that came from Goodwill are from the Goodwill on 119th, and I believe that's Strangline. Right over there by Torchy's. So just for those of you that are local, reference, you guys ask me all the time, like, hey, can you say where you got it from for those of us that are local? So there you go. All right, for the first thing that I got, well, like I said, do the pants first. I got these Madewell jeans. And like I've told you guys before, I only wear Madewell for denim. And honestly, for the majority of my pants, like I guess, so for sure for denim, I only wear Madewell, but for like my trouser type pants, I only wear Madewell, The Loft, or J. Crew. I just feel like for my body and my age, those tend to fit me the best. They hug the right places, don't hug the wrong places, and everything just kind of works out when I purchase those brands. But these are just a really cute kind of spring/summer shade, and they kind of throw me back a little bit to the 90s when I had a pair of jeans this exact color. But I love them. So I was happy to find that. And I mean, they're basically brand new condition. And I have them on this hanger. I don't typically put my pants on these hangers, but for the sake of all of this and how I was kind of storing it before I showed you guys that is what I have them on. But I have shown you my pants holders before. I don't know, comment down below. It's been a little bit since I've done a closet, like storage, how I keep everything video. So if you're interested in that, then comment down below and I will try to add that. I have fuzz all over here for some reason, to one of my upcoming videos. All right, next I have these really cute blue trousers. They are khaki. They are a little bit wide leg, as you can see here. And I just love the detail on the front with these buttons. These are J. Crew. And like I said, I just love this brand. On the back, it's got pockets. I don't really wear pants without pockets unless they are like a trouser or like a linen, like what I have on right now. They don't have pockets in the back. But if it's more of a structured look like denim or trousers like that are khaki, then I for sure will wear ones with a pocket. I just feel like it hangs better, it looks better, and it doesn't give you kind of that like long booty look, which is never good. So I've got those, and then I've got two more pairs of pants. I got these kind of sweatpants just for around the house or a little bit of a casual look like running to Walmart or, you know, back and forth to the lake. They are a little bit shorter. They actually come right to my ankle bone, right above it. And I love it. They're pocketed, which is fabulous. And it's just this really pretty kind of cream yellow color that is really in this summer. This is a good color for my skin tone, both if I have a tan, if I don't have a tan. It just tends to be very appealing on me. And so I was happy to find those. And then lastly, I found these pants, and again, these are just trouser fit. They are wide leg, very airy, very flowy. These are Madewell, and they've got the pocket on the back. And I just really love the color. It's like a blue gray. And so I can wear this with literally anything in my closet. As you guys know, I do a capsule wardrobe, which means I have about 5 colors that I wear. I did add a little bit of color this past fall, which I have kind of incorporated into that. But for the most part, I have a few solid colors that just make up my wardrobe, and that way everything kind of goes together. So again, if you're interested in an updated video, then just let me know. Okay, next, let me kind of try to separate some of this stuff here in categories. I should have done this before I got on here, but I did not. So we find ourselves here. Okay. Oh, I have one more pair of pants. I thought I did. So I found another pair of sweatpants. I didn't have a blue pair, and I like the kind of wider leg sweatpants. These are Nike, and I just loved these for, again, lounging around the house, going to Walmart, back and forth to the lake. They have pockets, which you guys know I tend to prefer over non-pocketed things. And I just think that those are going to be great. I added blue to my wardrobe this year, so I was happy to find these. Okay, now on to shirts and whatnots. Let's do some tank tops here. And we can get a huge bulk of these out of the way because I had not had a good variety of tank tops or sleeveless, whatever we call them now today. In my day, they were tank tops, so we're going to go with that. I just didn't have a big variety. I couldn't ever really find any that I loved, and I kind of hit the jackpot the last 2 weeks. So I'm very happy with that. Again, adding a little bit of color, but still in a very muted, what did we say my coloring was? It was soft autumn is what I came up on that whole color analysis thing. I found this really pretty kind of silkish, it's not really silk, but it is, what does it say? Might be like a rayon type of deal. Oh my Lord, that is so tiny. 95% polyester, 5% spandex, but it is just buttery soft, and it's just a really pretty kind of goldish yellow. And as you can see, it just really kind of complements with my hair, my eye color. Hopefully eventually I'll get some sun on my skin, whether it's from a squeeze bottle or the actual sun. Hard to say lately, but we'll see. So I found this, and then I also got this really cute one in the army green, which was already a part of my wardrobe as far as that color. I like how it has this little kind of banding and elastic at the bottom. Just kind of adds a very different touch versus having to, front tuck everything and all of that. It's got a really cute little button on the back. And then I found this really pretty color as well. Again, with the buttery softness. And all of these I can take right into fall and winter as well, which is the great thing about having a capsule wardrobe. You can literally wear the entire thing all year round, which I'm totally here for. So I found this one. And then this little kind of sweater tank, I guess you can call it. And I love this color. It's got a little wrinkle there that's killing me. This is showing up a tiny bit more orange than it actually is. This is a little bit more, it's not salmon, but it's kind of between salmon and this. And well, I guess you can kind of see right there, but it's still a little bit lighter in person than it's showing there, but you kind of get the idea. And then I found another just like the orange one, and this is again army green. Love this. You can just wear it with some shorts, some trousers, some jeans, whatever you want to wear it with. It's going to go with everything. I really wanted a collared tank top, and I found this white one. And I know that white does not come up on my color wheel after the color analysis. Cream and off-white are my colors. But when I have, some tan, some color, this isn't off of my wheel. Like this is if you're in summer, this is okay. But don't try to wear it in like January because it's going to totally wash you out. So that is why I got this. But I also am curious, come fall and winter when I'm wearing sweaters and things like that, I could probably wear this underneath and just have this pop of white coming out over the top, and it would still be good as long as I had a darker color, up by my face to where it wouldn't wash me out as much. So we will try that come fall and winter when those outfits start coming back around. And then I found this really pretty blouse, which I am absolutely in love with. I love the detail of the sleeves. It's got a cute little button here on the back, and I just love the pattern. It's just a really pretty kind of checkered pattern, but I don't know if you can tell right there, every other checker is kind of a see-through, and so it allows it to just kind of take on a very different look, and I love that. So super, super cute. I then found this little blouse as well. This is cream, as you can see, so no issue there. But again, with the detailing here in the front, and I love it. Love it all. Love it all. And then again with the white tank, this is just, your basic little sweater tank. And love the V, love the kind of the banding on the V here as well. This one I absolutely love. I love them all, as you can see. How many times can I say love in this video? Let us all count. All right, so this one here, so pretty, has all the colors that I am apparently supposed to wear in spring and summer and fall and winter, but on a muted scale. But it is so soft and it's just very flowy and airy. And again, I love the little detail on the openings of the sleeves. It's got the little button here in the back, and I am really excited about that. I found another one like the others, and this is, so two things. I will probably only wear this by itself if I have a significant amount of color on my skin, just because I feel like this would totally wash me out. Like if I were to put this on right now and walk around, it would look like I was naked. So we're not going to do that. But if I have some color, this will be fine. However, what I really got it for is to wear underneath those shirts or sweaters that are a little bit see-through, kind of like that yellow one. I won't grab it out, but like that one. I have a couple other ones in my closet that you can kind of see through there if you're standing in the light. And so I thought that this would be the perfect thing to wear under it, and it would eliminate that whole issue of seeing things that should not be seen. So that is what that is. I also found this color, which I love. Again, I can wear this in the fall, under sweaters, all the things, and it will be perfect. And then I found this little blouse, which I thought was really cute. It's got a really cute kind of petal detail on the sleeve. And then a button here on the back. That kind of tends to be the thing right now that I'm finding. And then I love how in the back it kind of has this rounded effect on the bottom. So really, really excited to wear that. And let's see. I found this, which I'm so excited about. So excited. I am obsessed with this. I have looked for one of these forever, and they're either short or very scratchy material, and I just haven't been impressed enough to purchase. But this material is so, so soft. This is printed on the front, so there's no hard scratchiness on the back that sometimes there is. And I love it. This is what the back, there it was again. I love it. This is what the back looks like. So just a little bit of added detail. Plus on the bottom, this is also rounded. So I could wear it out or in or whatever works. And then I found this little shirt that I thought was super cute. It's got the eyelet sleeve here on the side and just kind of your basic, off-white shirt, but I love that this kind of adds a little bit to that. So it's not like just your off-white basic shirt. It just adds a little bit of extra detail to where it can just elevate your outfit that much more. And then I put this on a hanger so it was easier for me to hold up, but I found this Ralph Lauren sleep shirt. It was brand new. It still had the Nordstrom tag on it. And I paid $3 for this thing, and originally it was $78. Imagine, friends, imagine ever spending $78 for a sleep shirt. I can't. I know that's some people's thing, and I love that for them and for you if that's you. But for me, I just don't and won't. But I was super excited to find this for literally a fraction of the price. It is a 3/4 length sleeve, which I love. It is long enough that, I can wander around in the house. I can take off my robe if I'm having a hot flash and it's not inappropriate. because that happens, not the inappropriate part, but the hot flash for sure, yes. And so I was just really excited about this. It's got the little pocket here on the front with the detailing, the embroidery, and I love it. Oh my gosh. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh, another pair of pants. I found this shirt here, which I am absolutely here for. I was about ready to say the other, and I had to think of another word to use. But this is so pretty. I love the detailing right here that just kind of comes down in the middle. And it is, again, this isn't 3/4 length. This is, what is it when it just comes a little bit past your elbow? I don't know what that is called, but that's what this is. And it is airy and just carefree. And again, it has a little bit of elastic on the bottom, so you don't have to do the front tuck. It just kind of tucks itself. And I think that this is going to be a really great piece for both spring, summer, fall, winter, all the things. So really happy with that. Here is, I promise, the last pair of pants that I have. I found these. They are YPB Sculpt Luxe. I feel like maybe I've seen that brand on Amazon. I'm not sure. Maybe this stands for something. I don't know. But I love the color. It's just a very kind of dark putty color. And they are so comfortable. They are kind of wide leg here at the bottom. I'm not tall enough to show you that. There we go. But again, very buttery, very soft, and I'm happy to have found those as well. And then I found, oh, let's finish off with the shirts and then I'll show you the other stuff. So I found this black shirt as well. Again, same thing with the color white. Black is not something that I am supposed to wear during the winter and fall. But again, with some color on my skin, it's just fine. I love this. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. It is what it is. I love, and you should love, all of your clothes, but I love the little detailing here on the sleeve. Again, it just adds a little bit of detail and excitement to the piece. It's got this little ruffle around the neckline down into the front. And I just think that it is so, so cute. Again, it's linen, it's very airy and breathable. And here in the Midwest, that is what we need in the summer. Next, I picked up a couple striped pieces. I just have this kind of blue and white basic tank top, very nautical, very, fisherman, Americana summer type vibe, which I am absolutely here for. And so this was just a really great staple piece, as well as this one that kind of has that more boxy Jackie O type fit. And I think that this is super cute as well. Again, just a very straight sleeve, very straight silhouette. And I just really like the way that this neckline looks on me personally. I don't wear a ton of it because honestly, I can't find a ton of it. But I feel like this fits me well because my collarbones are so pronounced that just the way that it fits, it just looks very chic on me. So I was happy to find that. And then the last three pieces, four, that I found, I needed to elevate my loungewear, like my go out of the house loungewear. The pieces that I had or still have that I'm going to donate, I just don't like the way that they hit me. They're not flattering. They are a little bit poofy and just kind of make me look a little bit frumpy, which is not the vibe I'm going for. And so I wanted to kind of update that and elevate that a little bit. And I think that these next four pieces, well, three, will help me do that. This one right here is not for that, but can obviously be worn along with those things. I found this Boston sweatshirt and I was like, yes, yes, please. I couldn't get to it fast enough. It is so cute, so soft. I love this whole vibe. And I just feel like this absolutely screamed, pick me up, take me home. It had a little bit of like fuzziness here on the wording. I will show you what I did. For those of you that have been here long enough, you know. But I will talk about that in a second. But it looks literally brand new, absolutely brand new. And I paid, I think this was like $5, maybe not even that. And I love it. So, whatever. There is that. All right, the next three pieces are just loungewear. I found this great army green sweatshirt. This will go with literally every pair of sweatpants that I showed you in this haul. So this was a great buy. Really, really soft, cozy. Then I found this little jacket. Again, very buttery. It's a, what do you call it, quarter zip. I love that it has this pocket. I will never put anything in here, but I like it from a detail standpoint. It just kind of adds to it. I like that this gets a little bit tighter around the waist. If you want something that's not, you know, I don't want to use frumpy as a verb to describe what I'm talking about. Is that a verb? I don't know if that's a verb. Adjective, whatever. I'm not in school anymore. But I love that it just adds to this and makes it look just a little bit more than your average sweatshirt. And then lastly, I found this, and if I could find 5 more like this in a different color, like I 100% would, and I would just get rid of everything else. This is literally the softest thing. It's A New Day is the brand, which is a Target brand, but I didn't buy it from Target. And it is the softest, most buttery sweatshirt that I have literally ever touched in my entire lifetime. And I said what I said, and I stand by it. It has this little detail across the back. It is so soft. It is equally as soft on the inside. It's an off-white color. I mean, what more can I ask for, friends? What more? But, oh, I have 2 more things. Stand by. Okay, I about forgot these. I had these sitting out because I need to shave them. But I found this sweater, which is a great gray color. So pretty. It's a little bit tighter down here at the waist. So if you're looking for something, you know, again, not frumpy, then this is the perfect cut. And I love the cable knit as well. And then I found this little cable knit button-up gray sweater. This gray color here is a color that is very flattering on me. I don't tend to do well with the darker gray, again, because it's closer to the black color, and in fall and winter, I don't have as much color on my skin, and so it washes me out a little bit more. But this one is a great color for me. It has the tortoise buttons, which are super cute. Again, pockets. And I just love it. This is J. Crew, and that sweater was J. Crew. I am curious what you think I paid for the items that I got. I know some of you are maybe going to have some comments about, oh, I shouldn't show all that and whatever. But I want you guys to know the benefit of thrifting and what you can find for a little amount of money. So in the comments, really quick, drop what you think I spent on this whole haul. I'll give you a couple seconds here as I'm rambling. And then I will tell you what I spent on this entire haul, because I want you to understand what you can do with your wardrobe and your closet, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to look put together. This outfit right here is all thrifted. I've got these cute little pants that you can't really see, but just imagine they go all the way down. And they've got pockets, super cute little trousers. I've got this denim shirt that has this great detailing here on the front. And you don't have to spend tons of money to look like somebody is home. So the other thing that I am curious about is if you guys would like for me to bring back what I wore. I did that for a little bit. I didn't get a ton of feedback from that. And so I just kind of decided, well, if it's not really something that everybody, and I shouldn't say everybody, because obviously I'm not going to appeal to everybody, every video, but I wasn't getting enough back and forth to feel like it was benefiting you guys or worthy of my time. And so I just kind of stopped doing it. But if that is something that you guys would like for me to bring back once a week, I would be happy to do that. They're not hard for me to film because I just show you what I wear every day. And it's, like a 3 or 5 minute segment. But it would be easy for me to do that every week and then just do my one vlog video a week. So I'm going to be posting my vlog videos every Sunday. I'm not sure, it's going to be some point on a Sunday. I'm not going to say in the morning, at night, because I feel like that just becomes very stressful if I don't meet my deadline, and you guys know how I am with that, and it already kills me anyway, we're not going to get into that. So on Sundays, it's going to be the vlog video, but then I could show what I wore this week, say on Friday or, whatever. That way you have 2 videos per week. And I think that that would be doable throughout the summer. I don't want to be doing tons of videos this summer every week. I'm obviously going to still do those, but I don't want to do more than that because I want to be able to spend time with my kids. Christian leaves for college in August, and that's going to be a whole thing. And so I just want to treasure this time together with them and as a family, and not have to be, I got to film this, I got to do that. And then it just removes me kind of from the picture. And so I think that this would be doable. Okay. On this whole haul, I spent $192.36 on this entire haul. Friends, I know that for some people that is a lot of money, but what I want you to know is these clothes, even if I would have just bought half of these clothes, will take me through literally every season until I choose to get rid of them. I can wear the sweaters at night in the summer at the lake. I can wear them in the fall and in the winter. I can wear the tank tops in the summer and the fall and the winter and the spring. All of this stuff is versatile, and I can choose to wear it when I need to wear it, but I'm not confined to one tiny little section in the year to where each of these items only fit in. So like I said, even if I were to have spent, say, $50 on, a fourth of this, is that a fourth? I don't even know, whatever. It would have still been worth it because I can use every one of these outfits all year long. And that is so important, especially with a capsule wardrobe. You can pick and choose and mix and match, and everything goes together, and you can wear it all year long. So just keep that in mind when you are buying and shopping and looking. Also, if you would like for me to do a segment on how I thrift, both for my home, both for my wardrobe, as well as for my kids. I don't thrift for Sam. We've been over that already. That's not his thing. He was a middle child, so he never got anything new. And so for just the ways that I go about doing that, that would maybe benefit you if you are interested in thrifting but just feel a little bit overwhelmed by it, I would be happy to share that. Okay, friends, I think that we can finally wrap up this video and call it a week. If you followed along with me throughout the whole week, I would love to know. So drop the American flag emoji in the comments down below. That way I know who I got to hang out with. If you are a fan of the new accessory that we have added to our family here on YouTube. I would love to know if you feel like it just enhances the video, if you are able to hear me a lot better. I know I get a few of you every time that say, I can't quite hear you. I know, it's just my soft voice. I'm sorry. But hopefully this will help and it will just make it that much more enjoyable. Lastly, the one thing that I wanted to share with you was my shaver. This is what I use for every one of my sweaters. That's what I used for the Boston sweatshirt. And it just removes, this is the stuff from the Boston sweatshirt. Don't mind that I don't have any of my jewelry on anymore because I went to take it all off and realized that I did not add this to the video. So I'm popping back on before you will see the outro. So that is why everything is disheveled. But I wanted to make sure that I showed you this. This is in my storefront. For those of you that don't know, if you go into the description down below this video, it will have a link to my Amazon storefront. There you will find literally everything that I ever talk about on this channel, things I use in my home that I feel like you guys would benefit from. Also, if you click on the QR code up above in the outro, like if you just do the little picture thing, tap on it, it will take you directly to that from your phone. But this thing is amazing. I rub this over my sweaters. It takes off all of the pilling and allows your sweaters to continue and look, again, if you have thrifted it, like brand new. And it's amazing. And it's quiet. Like, I mean, okay, it has some sound, but it's not like, you know what I'm talking about. So I love it. It's fantastic. And there's the love word again. I just love a lot of things, friends. I have tons of love. All right, friends, until next time, be intentional about what is important and necessary and release all of the rest. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.